This is your man Grayson live doing some more Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 4 PlayStation 5. We're in the Outlaw uniform. Just went through like a whole bunch of Purge Troopers, Stormtroopers, and yeah, we're just rocking it right now. If you know this game... Ooh, I see a save point right up ahead. So we will get straight over. Then you might know what is getting close to happening. If you don't, and you're along for the ride, hello! Ooh, buddy. So I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure...
We're getting close. BD1, thanks for being my friend.
That's supposed to be the interrogation chamber or something.
I've never seen anything like this. Advanced, even for the Empire.
Yeah, let's do it. I think it's been fairly straightforward. We've just been kind of like hitting on things as needed. Nope, I did not wait. You took too long.
He broke them, beat them down, and turned them to the dark side.
Is there anything that I can do to these? No? Okay. Because I just don't like having guns when it looks like that is a one-way in and a one-way out. So it's just a little foreboding. I will be right back. Okay, so now let's try and get into this.
You got this, BD. Just what we need.
Ooh, creepy. Can he do it in one go? Who knows?
That won't change anything.
Ooh, look at you, Miss Helicopter. Oh shit! I was not expecting that.
You will fall. Suffer as I have.
Yikes!
Another!
Jedi will never be victorious. Change anything.
Don't know where I'm at in the fight.
Stay.
Okay. Ooh, she even blocked my split saber. Ooh, back it up.
Help, BD!
Reel in agony. standing strong.
Little help, BD.
Such poor aim.
Oh.
Cal! I have the holocron.
I need to do this.
What's she gonna do?
It's over, Trilla.
Nothing is ever truly over.
This fight is over. I know the darkness that is eating you up inside, and every day we choose to either feed it or fight it.
It's too late, sir.
No, it's not. I know the choices that I made took all your choices away, and I have failed you, Trilla. I failed you. And I am so very sorry.
I've carried so much hate for you.
Oh. You hear it? Oh, shit!
That doesn't look good.
It isn't. It's him.
You have failed me, Inquisitor.
Avengers!
Run! No!
Oh. Wow, that was
It would be
quick.
wise to surrender.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, shit. What are you doing, Cal?
Surrender.
Oh, my God.
Look out!
We are clearly going this way.
Turbo lift. Let's go.
Oh.
Let's get out of here.
GTFO. Oh, God, he's right there.
Edie, stay back.
Oh. Oh, my God. Data collector. Hell yeah.
I think we lost him. I'll make it. Seer, I won't fail you.
There was nothing real quick to scan. I know at this time I'm still looking for shit to scan. Okay.
Kid, you read me? They're not responding.
They will. I am certain of it.
Breeze, I'm here. Heading towards the surface. Be ready. I have the holocron. See her. She didn't make it, Grayson.
See her?
Oh, shit.
Surrender the holocron.
I'll never give it to you.
We shall see.
Oh. She's alive.
I won't let you take those children.
Such hatred. You would have made an excellent Inquisitor.
She's stronger than that. No! No!
Yes. Strong with the dark side.
See her.
I can feel it inside of her.
See her. See her. Hey, listen to me. Still have a choice.
Oh, that is too cool. Making him, like, hold off the entire ocean. Uh-oh. Come on, Cal. Nope. She found them.
Hey. Hey. Hey, kid. Cal. Cal.
See her.
She's all right. She's all right.
You too.
You did it.
We did it. We did it.
Careful.
Where are they?
Well, they're out there. Whoa, hold on. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
Sorry.
That was you in the water, wasn't it?
I'm glad you're okay. This one wouldn't leave your side.
Thank you. Hey.
Hey.
So now what?
Well, Captain, this is the end of my charter. Your contract has been fulfilled. Thank you, Grease.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I was thinking that maybe I would stick around here and take you wherever you gotta go. Besides, the kid kinda looks up to me.
What about that?
We use it to rebuild the Jedi Order.
The next generation of Jedi.
The Empire will be after him. Just like they're after us.
The lives of every child on that list will be forever changed.
Not by us. Their destiny should be trusted to the Force. So where to now?
Oh my god, we finished it. Ooh, okay. So, hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and I know I have, even with that last fight. Oh my goodness, that was such a trip. This game, besides, I think, Rogue One, I think it was probably one of the first times that I was actually kind of afraid of Vader. And then kind of seeing him just kind of chuck Seer like he did. Of course, when I played this the first time, I was thinking to myself, oh shit, like I thought she was of course gonna be the one that like fights him, holds him off just long enough for Cal to get out of there. And no, he just swats her to the side like no big deal. And it just kind of shows like this game did a really good job at showing the whole journey. Cal, of course, getting stronger and coming across enemies that are stronger, or you have to try and figure out a different way to fight them. And then you get to be super strong, possibly a little overpowered and stuff like that. And then you get to see Seer in action, and she has that blaster and lightsaber duo. So I wonder if she's the one that kind of trains him in that respect. But I don't know. I've been trying to stay away from Jedi Survivor spoilers. There's a few things that I have seen, like Rick the Technician. It's funny, hilarious. Yeah, I know there's other characters that pop up. I just don't know if if I'm coming into the game and Cal knows these new stances, new ways to fight. If that is the case, then that's fine. That somewhat makes sense, because then you can kind of choose your own way to fight and you can do all that good stuff. I will say that after playing this, I really do want to jump right into Survivor, which I might actually do, just as a game for me to play on the side. And then after a little bit of time has gone by, I will come back and show it off to you. So I was kind of surprised at this game. Then again, I did forget to turn on my timer. I'm surprised that the game ended roughly within the 20-minute mark. I know that we're talking during the credits and everything, but I don't know when the credits will necessarily be over. So what I will say is that kind of coming back to this, it was kind of nice that I let the game go for as long as it did, and then I came back to it later on, because I think if I had done what I had kind of done with Ragnarok, there wouldn't have been that challenging aspect to it all. Also the fact that like with this game I still kept the, I think it was like the Jedi Knight difficulty setting. If I played again, maybe I'll do the Master. I don't know. I was surprised that I was able to do this. I think the Jedi Knight maybe, that's probably why some of the enemies like dealt out so much more damage. And also the fact that like I didn't start looking for those stim upgrades or the extra stims until much later in the game, which during everything, I think after the second visit to, I want to say Kashyyyk, I think that's when I can go back to a lot of the worlds and kind of clear out certain areas, but also I didn't want to waste anyone's time. I wanted to show off the story. Even looking at the data banks and stuff like that, there are some things that I did miss that, well, not some things. There was like one thing, as far as I know. I think it's on the planet of Nur. There was like one thing that I did miss, and it was in that one puzzle room. The one where you gotta plug in the power thing, and I stopped or slowed time. I don't know if it's in this episode, because I'm sitting in, of course, one recording session, and everything is just kind of blended together, question mark. Because as of right now, I'm still working on, I think it is Freya's questline. But I think just a couple days ago, I just beat God of War Ragnarok, and that itself was such a fun game. Really happy that I got around to playing that game, and I'm kind of like, when I first played the God of War Ragnarok or God of War 2018 game, I was like so upset with myself because I slept on it for so long. I think I played it sometime in like 2020 or something like that. Like, I'm pretty sure I had the PlayStation 5 whenever that came out, and they had some deal going on, and you could download all these different games for free, and that's when I had downloaded God of War because it was free at the time. So I got to play that, and then I think this might have been one of the games as well that was free. I don't really remember that part, at least getting this game. But when I played it, if I had to compare this one to The Force Unleashed, I think it is, the one with Starkiller, I think that one was like a PlayStation 2 game, maybe a PlayStation 3. I think it was a PlayStation 3. Oh god, like, I don't know what it is, but like I really did like The Force Unleashed. The Force Unleashed 2 was kind of meh. Like, I really wanted it to be Starkiller, and spoiler alert, it wasn't. It was a clone. I'll never play the game. But yeah, the first game, it actually, in the first Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the very tail end of the fight, you get to fight Vader and you get to fight Palpatine. You fight Vader and you essentially toss him through a wall, I think it is. And then I didn't realize it when I was playing it, but you have the option to either go after Vader or go after Palpatine. I didn't realize it in the moment, and I went straight after Palpatine, and I think that's the good ending. But if you follow your anger and hatred and vengeance and you go after Vader, and then you essentially like kill him, then it gives a bad ending to the game, and then Starkiller is the one that becomes another Inquisitor, or kind of like Vader's replacement. It's such a fun game. I don't know what it is about that game, but at least the story itself kind of, in a way, subverting but also bridging the idea that Palpatine himself had actually built the rebellion by accident, because he had heard whispers that there were rebel pockets inside the Senate, or inside of his empire, and he wanted to root them out. So there was this big old master plan, and coming up with it off the top of my head, it's a little hard to remember, but I know that, Misty Lee, I just noticed that. I think she's the voice actor of one of my favorite characters in Fire Emblem. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, with Star Wars The Force Unleashed, there's like this grand plan that he kind of comes up with, and at the time when I was playing it, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was like a fantastic way to like, oh yeah, you guys totally came up with a rebellion yourself. Oh wait, no you didn't. And it just kind of like comes full circle, and then you're just kind of like, oh my god, like this could be so fantastic. And then of course, like, not to say it's bad, but but then LucasArts or Lucasfilm sold the rights to Disney, and I think it was also during the time that The Force Unleashed 2 was in development, so I think that's why The Force Unleashed 2 ended up suffering so much, because the game was already in development, and it was just kind of like, okay, well, we're going to get our money's worth, but we're not going to put too much more into this. I think the game had a lot of potential, especially with that whole like escape scene in the very beginning. The fact that Starkiller himself was so damn overpowered, I loved it. And there was a scene in one of the trailers, like I think it was like one of the story trailers, or maybe it was just I don't know if they even had story trailers at the time. It was just one of the trailers that they had, and he creates almost like a force bubble, a little bit like what you saw with Seer when she was holding off Vader and his lightsaber. But he comes up with like a force bubble and just kind of explodes outward with it. And there's stormtroopers like right near him, and they just get dusted, just turned into ash. And I don't understand what the translation of that is, where it's, because I always thought that the Force itself was literally just that. It's a force that doesn't have friction or anything like that to turn anything into ash. Of course, you can drag something along a surface and sparks can ignite, but I never imagined that. But still, just the way that it looked was so amazing, and just the journey that Starkiller kind of goes on. Comparing that one, the first Unleashed, to this one, I thought it was a pretty good game. Of course, mostly because of the way that I am, I still really like The Force Unleashed. I don't know if I would play it for the Nintendo Switch. I know they came out with it, but like, I don't know, maybe I'm overhyping it. But at least on the PlayStation 3 or whatever it was, it was like the graphics are kind of meh to me, at least if it's on Switch. So I'd rather keep it in my mind on PlayStation 3, and the graphics at the time, when I remember it, were fantastic. They're great, especially the cinematic scenes. And then also the fact that one of the things that was really cool to me was that I can't remember his name, but I can try and look it up real quick. But oh, that's what it was. I think it was like Galen Merrick. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. So, sorry, I had to like really dig into my brain, and I was just kind of like, what was his name? And in the like, I'm at the same time, I'm also like looking things up at this and just like, what was it? And then just waiting for Google to get back to me on it. But yeah, Galen Merrick, his dad was a Jedi as well, and I think it was on the Battle of Kashyyyk, which was freaking, oh my goodness, like that, amazing. So just the fact that we get to go back to Kashyyyk in this game, like there's a lot going on over there, and I feel like the canon series, I don't know if they've explored enough about what happened on Kashyyyk. But I was totally all about it. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But Galen Merrick's the family crest for him and all that is actually the Resistance symbol. So the symbol of the Resistance came from Galen Merrick's family crest, and I thought that was really cool in the game. But then of course it became non-canon, and it's fine. It's not a big deal. I did love the fact that I think it was in Andor, and it was in Andor that you got to see Starkiller's, or a variation at least. We don't know for sure. However, I know that there was a lot of things that kind of said, oh, maybe it is, I think it is, and I think it's a lot of people wanting it to be, because I certainly want it to be. But I mean, if it's not, it's not. I've kind of come to terms with the fact that we're not going to see Starkiller in canon. I mean, if I remember correctly, Sam Witwer was the actor basically that played him, and in I think it was Clone Wars, he also does the voice of Darth Maul and Darth Sidious, or Palpatine, and he was in a room with Dave Filoni, I think it was, and they had something set up to where I think it was a Starkiller's character. He's sitting there in, I think, the first game, and they say, "Oh, you're supposed to be meditating." And in the interview, he explains that he gave Starkiller a very distressed look, or a very, like, he's trying so hard to do something that he doesn't understand. And everyone was asking, like, well, why would you do that? And like, he proceeds to explain to them that Vader never taught him, at least in his mind, like, Vader never taught him to have patience, or to be at ease, or to understand that everything's going to be okay. So because Vader never taught him that, he brought a bit of, like, anguish or an attempt at meditating. And I thought it was so brilliant that, like, he went in there and he basically told Dave Filoni that, like, no, this is probably how it's done, because I mean, that, like, this is the dark side. We're not talking about Jedi. Like, Jedi are the ones that meditate, and Sith are the ones that focus on anger and hatred and the dark side and all that stuff. And the interview itself is fantastic. It's Sam Witwer, and he's talking on a podcast, or he's talking on a radio show. I think it's a podcast, but he was talking about his whole process with that, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Even if they brought in Starkiller into the canon universe, you cannot make him as overpowered as he was even at the end of the first game, or anything like that. Of course, like, the real Galen Merrick, unfortunately, or real Starkiller, died when he faced off against Darth Sidious, because Vader was incapacitated. Darth Sidious did a thing, and I think it was a choice between well, I don't think it was another choice. I think it was basically Starkiller's decision to sacrifice himself at the end of the game to save, I think it was General Coda, who becomes his teacher, and I think it was his love interest, Juno Eclipse. I'm, like, really digging into my brain here, trying to remember all these characters. There was even a moment where he came across Yoda, but I don't think they ever traded names. So, like, they did a really good job in that game to where it's like, hey, you're a Star Wars fan, right? Well, here's some things that are in the actual original series, and then also here's another plot as to why something's turned out in that series or in those movies. And then, of course, like, when they were bought out and everything was kind of done a different way, then that was fine. So, oh my goodness, it was such a fun time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, as I was saying, with this game, still had tons of fun with it. Still will say that I did enjoy. I will say that with this game, I still had tons of fun. I do like it. It's not one that I would say, in my head at least, beats out Unleashed. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe I'm one of the outliers. But I don't know, at least for me, I really liked the way that Unleashed was done. and the story that they had for us. So that was kind of why I was so gung-ho about it. But then when I got into this game, and I started to understand that it is a certain way. And of course, this game is now, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, George Lucas. Provided a fantastic world for us. This game is supposed to be part of the canon universe. So Cal Kestis is supposed to be out there among the stars and potentially, I don't know, fighting bad guys or doing whatever it is that's coming up. Because I mean, there's been a few things that I've seen that's just kind of like, ooh, kind of sketchy, Cal. But you know what? I think overall, I'm also a really big fan of Cameron Monaghan himself. If you ever saw Gotham was such a great series to have him showcase his variation or his talent as a version of the Joker. Makeup, VFX, all that good stuff. Oh, absolutely chef's kiss. So Cameron Monaghan, I'm so glad that they chose him for this game, and I'm so happy that he was like, I'm really happy that they came out with a second game. So without further ado, I think that's going to be doing it for this game. Just like I end every thing, every video. I have been Grayson. This is, of course, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for PlayStation 5. If you want more stuff like this, please do feel free to hit that like, comment, subscribe type deal. Greatly appreciate that. And until then, I hope you do, of course, take care of yourselves, take care of each other.